Reset Business Challenge. Today is day number 26. Are you guys excited? We winding on down. All right, I'm your host, Sabrina Merriman, and we're going to get into long-term goals in your business, and I'll be giving a few examples of some long-term goals. But before we get into our challenge, don't forget our daily priorities: prayer, meditation, affirmation. Make sure you eat a healthy breakfast, get some exercise in. Go ahead and check those emails, make those phone calls, and make sure you go ahead and post on your business social media sites and interact with your clients. All right, let's get into our lesson for today. We're going to be setting long-term goals for our business, and I'm going to give some examples of what long-term goal is. Long-term goals are necessary for self-improvement. They will give us something to strive for and help us focus on where we want to be. Long-term goals will help us shape the direction of our lives and career. Examples of some long-term goals. Number one, plan for and expand into a new geographical market. For example, if you operate in Utah, expand your business, your growth into Colorado or somewhere. So you want to know what your market is doing, and when your market is growing where you're at, don't be afraid to do the market research and be able to expand to another area, whether it's another town, whether it's another state, whether it's another country. Don't be afraid to do those things. Number two, market through a new channel. Identify all the possible channels through which your products and services can be sold. Then deliver to your customers. Utilize one or more market channels that have not yet been tapped in. For example, consider targeted social marketing strategies. This drive traffic to online stores on your website. So you want to have different markets on and outlets that you want to be able to show your items, your products, whatever you're selling, whatever you're marketing, and open up the channels, open up different avenues. Don't just have it on your website and that's it, but there's social media, there's other outlets, there's other advertisements to do. Don't be afraid to do those things. See if those things are feasible for your business. Number three, penetrate new demographics. Your current product service are likely popular with certain demographics. So evaluate your marketing plan to tap in and demand from a different segment of the populations. And I love to give this example because we can hit one demographic and say, hey, this is for them. But don't be afraid to open that up a little bit. When I say don't be afraid, I'm gonna give an example of hair, natural hair. There's demographics of people with natural hair, and there's certain products, there's certain creams, there's certain twists, there's certain things of that nature. But some people don't understand that natural hair is just a state with no chemicals in the hair. So the natural hair could be coily, it could be texture, it could be straight. It doesn't matter as long as it doesn't have any chemicals, color, or different things in the hair. So don't be afraid to open up the market and to advertise to all people with natural hair. And that's just an example. All right. Number four, broaden products and service offer. Enhance and broaden your product line. Innovate and develop new products and services, but be sure that they fit in within the company's mission and customer service position. So don't stray too far away from your business core strength. So if you're making a hair product, or if you're doing something of that nature, it's kind of hard to keep that in the same market if you're making a cleaning product. So you want to kind of stay in the same market so you can market those areas. So if you're making a hair shampoo, maybe you want to make the conditioner, maybe you want to make the hair oil. So you want to expand in something that is similar to what you're doing. Don't stray too far away. Acquire a competitor. Acquiring a competitor can be the quickest way to extend your business market search. And this brings us to buy and build dilemma. You have to decide if it's more effective to extend your market search on your own, or in other words, building those capacities internally, or doing so by buying a competitor, specifically a competitor that has accomplished what your business has not. This is the reasoning behind the strategy. When it comes to buying or build decision, there is no right or wrong answer. Each situation is different, and every business will be different, including yours. Accomplish one or more of these goals and your business will experience revenue growth. Sometimes rapid revenue growth and rapid growth requires the ability to scale. This leads us to the next long-term goal. Okay, so don't be afraid to buy by buying a competitor, buying a competitor's product. You know, there's some companies that may sell, you know, you heard of different companies merging, you heard of different people who had a brand and they sold it to another company. Let me think, 50 Cent, he called it quarter water. He had the vitamin water. You know, he was doing his own thing. He was making great money out of it. But there was another company that was in the same field and they wanted to buy his brand because they see where it was going. And so he was able to sell that company for millions and millions of dollars. So, you know, that was the other company's competitor. So the company, they got on board and they did it, and it opened up a whole new demographics of people and who it affects. All right. Number 6, expand personnel and facilities. Ensure you have a team in place to handle influx of business, including the quantity and quality of staff. Also manage personnel. Develop and personnel plans in place, including an employee on-book and development program. So you want to be able to expand your personnel and your facility as it's growing. That's a great thing. That's a great problem to have. When your business is growing so much that you need more people to work for you, you need more space, you know, for your products and things of that nature. So you want to have a plan in place. You want to have a plan in place for your employees as they grow, and you want to have plans for the facility as it's growing as well. You want to put a book together. You know, you want to put something together for them. Have the appropriate facility. Make sure you have the appropriate facility. This solves for the right location, footprint, and space. This includes products, warehouse, distribution, office space, depending on your specific needs. Also consider outsourcing, another buy and build decision as a part of scaling demand. So if something is too big for you, sometimes you may have to outsource it. You may not get as much money as if you had it yourself, but you might have to outsource something. So, you know, don't be afraid to just step out of the box and do something different. Number 7, migrate to new technology platform. Do not forget about technology, because most successful business run on enterprise-wide system. If your business does not have the appropriate technology in place or the capacity it is limited. Then make improvement in your technology infrastructure a long-term business goal. So you want to make sure your technology is up and running. You want to make sure everything is going the way you bring in your finances, the way you have the computer set up, how you got your inventory list set up on the computer. You want to make sure your technology is on point. Put financing sources in place. Growth by extending market search and putting people, facilities, and technology in place to service it requires one very important thing. What is that? What is that? What is the one thing that we need? We need cash. Because it takes money to make money, and investing in growth does not come free. So you need some money to invest in your business. You need some money for marketing. You need some money for supplies. You need money for employees. You need money for the build out. You need money for the rent, the insurance. You need some money. Where your cash comes from, be a debit financing, equity financing, or internally generated funds. Do not let access to capital derail you from long-term goals. So if you do not have the money for the things that you want to see your business grow into, don't let that throw you off. Don't let it stop you. Keep moving forward. Keep going. Increase earnings. So set long-term goals earnings. At first you put into the dollar term. For example, increase the pre-tax income from $250,000 to $750,000. This is a big jump in profit, and that's why it's called a long-term goal. So you say at $250,000 for me to make $750,000 in profit. Oh my God, how am I going to make all this $500,000 extra money? Well, that's why it's called a long-term goal. So maybe you want to set that goal for the next 3 to 5 years, or whatever time that you think that your business can produce. Improve the profit margin. Then make your business profit margin stable by increasing. When I say profit margin, I'm talking about your pre-tax income divided by revenue. Continue the example that I just gave you. Let's say you did $250,000 in pre-tax profit on $1 million in revenue. So your profit margin is 25%. 25%. That's a nice increase. Your long-term goal should be at least maintained by that margin. Therefore, the new target of $750,000 should be generated no more than $3,000 in revenue. So when you're making these long-term goals, you sit down and think of a plan of how you're going to be able to get there, so you can stick to the goals and keep that goal before you, so you can keep working towards it. Your profit goals should be a part of your financial planning. When writing out a long-term goals, it should include specific. Make your goal as detailed as possible, outlining exactly what you want and to accomplish. Measurable, it has to be measurable. Determine how you want to measure your success, both the internal steps to complete and the completion of the goal. You want to be able to measure your goal out. Achievable, stretch yourself in your organization. You don't want to waste time on goals that you cannot achieve. Don't sit there and make unrealistic goals that you cannot achieve. They're so hard to attain. It's just a waste of time. You want to put something in place that you can keep on moving forward. Realistic. A goal may be achievable but may not be realistic, determined by looking at your constraints. So it may be a goal that you can achieve, but it may not be realistic for your business. Keep that in mind. Don't do things that's not going to help you move forward. Time bound. Set deadlines of when you want your goals to be accomplished. A long-term business goal should be set at least 4 to 5 years. That's why it's called a long-term goal. You have time to write out what you want to accomplish in your business, and then you'll be able to take the steps to be able to do that. Thank you for tuning in to day number 26, talking about long-term goals. Don't forget to take out the time to write out your goals for your future. And I hope that you enjoy this journey. And as you go on with your day, remember, never let them see you sweat.